as we go forward, awesome. As we go forward through these 4 weeks, the calls will be longer than this week. Not only am I not feeling the best, but normally in this week 1, I'm just giving you your first homework assignment and explaining it. Going forward, this is very interactive. Every homework assignment that you're given over these next 4 weeks is meant to kind of push you. And I want you to kind of take either a real journal, or I want you to take some mental notes as to how you're feeling as you're doing some of these things. Then on next week's call, we're going to come together and I'm going to ask you to share with me and the group some of the feedback over your last week. And so it's very much, this is not, stuff that you just kind of listen to. This is really stuff I'm going to ask you to do. And so, yeah, journaling, like Hillary said, definitely worth writing it down. I know some people are journalers. They don't like to write down. I encourage you to write it down over this next week. But your first homework assignment is this, and I'm going to talk about it first, and then I'm going to explain why we're going to do it. And it sounds like a lot, but I promise you, once you start doing it, the addiction to it becomes pretty fun. I want you to make a list of, my list was 200. I will let you make your list be 100, but I want this list to be 100 of, and I want you to start with the closest person to you and work your way down. Like, who is the person that you call every single day? They're number 1 on the list. I want it to be like your closest friends and family. I want you to write all those names down on a list. Over the next week, I'm going to challenge you to call every single one of the people on that list, 100 phone calls in a week. And with these 100 phone calls, I want you to not talk about the happy co at all. I don't want you to speak about your business, your opportunity, your product, nothing. All I want you to do is make a phone call with the sole intention of telling the person on the other line that they matter to you in your life, that they are a person of value in your life, that you are grateful for their presence in your life. A call would go like this. I'd call up Brian and I'd say, Brian, what's going on, man? How are you? Hey, saw things are going great in business, man. What's been going on? How things been going? And Brian's going to tell me a little bit about business. And he's going to say, yeah, man, so what's going on with you? No, I've been doing great, but hey, tell me a little bit more what's going on with you guys. I saw you going on a trip. I saw you got a trip coming up to Mexico here, man. Where are you guys going to be staying in Mexico? That's awesome. And now Brian's starting in his head go like, what do you need? What do you need from me? There's an ask coming at the end of this. And when Brian goes, yeah, so what's going on, man? You called I just wanted to let you know, Brian, the only reason I was calling, honestly, was just to catch up. But more than anything, I just wanted to tell you that I really appreciate you. And I don't say it enough. We hang out all the time. We talk all the time. But I really appreciate you. You're like one of my best friends. And your presence in my life means more to me than you know. And that's really all. I just wanted to call and tell you that today and tell you that I love you. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. And look forward to seeing you next time I see you. You will mess some people up in your life. They're going to be like, are you dying? Like, are you was something wrong? Like, what's going on? Because what I came to realize is the people that are closest in our lives are the ones that we ask the most of. Hey, what's going on? I see Peter and Carmela. I'm guessing you're not Carmela. But hey, I love that happy shirt, buddy. That's awesome. Take yourself off mute and say hi if you want to real fast. I'd love to say hi, unless he's on to something else. I totally understand.
Yeah, would you? Hi.
Hi.
It's on the camera. Yeah. What's up?
Hi, buddy. How are you?
Hi,
PJ.
Hey.
Hey, PJ.
Thanks, Taylor. Appreciate it.
Oh, of course, man. PJ, can't wait to meet you, man. You look like you're a celebrity on this call. Everyone knows you. I am so excited to meet you. And so, oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. I lost my train of thought for the best reason possible. I'll tell you what, that made me happy. That made my heart happy. I'm excited to meet PJ. What I was talking about was really becoming that getting people in your network, the ones that, again, like I said, we ask the most of. These are the people that you're always reaching out to, saying, hey, can you come watch the kids? Could you watch the dogs for me? Could you do this? Could you do that? And these are the people that we very, very rarely, we might say, thank you for watching the dogs. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching the kids. But how often are we just reaching out to them solely with the intention of just telling them how much they matter in our lives? So this started for me, like I said, when Tony Robbins told me, some of you might have heard the best advice I was ever given. Tony Robbins told me, he said, Taylor, if you can find a way to trade your expectations for appreciation, your entire life will change overnight. He said, trade your expectations for appreciation, your entire life will change overnight. What most people don't realize, he said, is that 99% of this planet lives about 99% of their existence built in expectation. And what a falsity when 99% of expectations are never met in reality. So why not instead choose to appreciate and watch how your life changes with your children, with your spouse, with your business partners? It all ties into, everyone's heard me say, when Jim Rohn, when you invite 50 people to your meeting and only one shows up, Jim Rohn would say, isn't that interesting? Learn to appreciate instead of expect. So I started doing this. I did it for an entire year. My list is big because my family is large. Just in my family alone, there's over 120 people, including cousins, aunts, and uncles, grandparents. I'm blessed to have a very large family on both sides of my family. What I realized is some of the people that I thought were the strongest, some of the people that I looked up to the most. I'll give you for instance, my Aunt Sarah. My Aunt Sarah is one of the best women I know. She's unbelievable. Her and my Uncle Jonathan adopted my cousin Peter from Venezuela when he was just a baby. Guatemala, pardon me. Venezuela. Adopted him from when he was just a baby, and given this boy just an unbelievable life. Their parents to four, and including children, Peter, 4 children, and they're just amazing human beings. She is at the center of everything for her kids. She's always doing all the stuff. She's the PTO mom. Every kid was in aggressive sports all throughout their lives, and she was at everything. When I called her, one of the first times I reached out to her to do this, I called her and I was having this conversation, and again, just totally soaking into her, asking all about her, asking all about the kids, asking all about everyone and all this stuff, what's going on. She eventually asked me, what's going on? What were you calling from? And I told her all the stuff that, I gave in the example, and told her how much she meant to me and how much her presence in my life had guided me, and how much I was grateful for the parenting that she had given, because just being around that had given me skills to be a better parent to my children. At the end of all of this, I realized that she was crying. And this is where it really hit me, because what she said messed me up. She said, Taylor, in my entire life, no one has ever said the things that you've said to me. I'm sitting here thinking this is a person that's probably told this all the time in their life because of how amazing they are. And she goes, Taylor, no one's ever told this to me. No one's ever said that to me. Like, I've had people compliment me, and I've had people, when I've done something for them, thank me for that. But I have never had someone just call me out of nowhere just to tell me the value that I brought in their life. Like, what an honor, what a blessing. it started to fill me up. And I realized it was filling me up more than it was filling them up. That's what started this whole course, is this practice. Because I realized the more that I did it, the more I felt human. The more I felt like I was here for what I was really here for, which was just to expel love, which was just to make those around me know. Not to get morbid by any means, and not to, whatever, go on a tangent, but I am in the process of writing my first book. And I say that as it'll probably be 10 years before it ever officially actually comes out, knowing how busy we're going to be here for a while. But again, this book also was derived from this principle. The name of my book is going to be called The Day After You Die, a guide to living your best life. And the whole principle, the question of the book as we begin this book asks, why is it? Why is it that we say the most beautiful, profound, insightful, and loving things about the people that we love most on this planet the day after they're no longer with us? Why is it that we wait until those that we love most on this planet are gone for us to speak the beauty of their existence into reality? I don't know. It messed me up, because I think that far too often you talk to anyone that loses someone abruptly, you talk to anyone that someone tragically passes away, so many things left unsaid. You know what I can say with certainty right now, which is really cool to say? I don't plan on going anywhere for a while, but I'll tell you what, if today was my last day on earth, I could go to heaven right now knowing that every single person in my life that I love knows exactly how much I love them. That there would be no words left unsaid from me. Because every month for the last 3 years, I have made it a point to reach out to every single person in my life just to tell them how much I love them, tell them how proud I am of them. When I see something amazing that they're doing, I reach out and I tell them that. You won't know peace until you have something like that in your life, I promise you. When everyone in your life knows exactly how you feel about them, the love that you have for them, you feel a different sense of peace about going through your life. And this practice will bring out the best in you. The conversations you have outside of this with people that are not your family, with people that are just friends or just acquaintances, people you run into, you will notice that you will start to speak beauty into people that you don't even know. This is step one. This is week one. So over the next week, if you're in, say I'm in the comments. Make a list of 100. If you don't have 100 family members, go start finding some friends that you can put on there. Start tonight. I promise you, you won't regret it. I promise you. Get off of this phone call and go make another phone call to someone that you love and just tell them. Someone that is always used to you calling and asking for something. And just tell them how much they mean to you. There are going to be some people that are going to be negative towards this because it's going to freak them out. Your sincerity might be too much for them. That's okay. You know what true love says? True love says, I don't need you to love me back at the same level I love you for me to continue to love you. True love says, you don't need to love me back at all. I'm going to keep loving. Who we are in these little pockets of our lives, ladies and gentlemen, is who we will take out. This person is who we will take out into the world. It is who we will introduce to the world. It is the person, like we have said, people don't buy into the happy code. They're buying into you. They're joining you. I want to elevate the energy in which you are vibrating out into this universe so that in return, you can start to attract higher vibrating individuals. Next week, I want you to come prepared with notes. Not only with some of the calls that you made, maybe some of the fun ones, some of the bad ones, some of the crazy ones, some of the ones where they just kept asking you, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? It's going to mess some people up. But I also want you to come with how it made you feel for the rest of the day, how you walked through the rest of your day. I know for me personally, I walked a little bit stronger. I walked a little bit taller. I walked a little bit prouder. You guys got a bunch of comments coming in. I want to check these out real quick. Of course, Fran. Of course, you can put them on your list if you've already done this. Yes, of course. My son started telling his family and friends that he loved them every time he'd say goodbye to them in person or on the phone. Never know when it's the last time you get to tell someone that. Exactly.
Hey, Taylor, I got a question for you. Can you hear
me? Please bring it. Yeah, Ricky, come on in, brother.
I'm in the middle of eating dinner. It's been a pretty busy day, but since you brought this topic up, guys, and this was in the national news the last 48 hours, okay? And I'm so glad you brought this up because I was just talking to somebody like an hour ago about this same topic. And it's exactly reaching out to people because you don't know when their last day is or what somebody may be thinking. Guys, 48 hours ago, one of the most beautiful supermodel USA ladies committed suicide. And the note that she put out there on Instagram or social media, everyone have a blessed day. Nobody knew how she was feeling. She was beautiful. She had money. Guys, what about if I would have picked up the phone and just called her and said, hey, what's going on? Really think about the power of that, what Taylor's talking about here, guys, because it's very powerful. Some people are needing to talk and they're not talking. Okay? They're not talking.
Yeah, the numbers are real. I mean, if we just talk, we can talk about the headline stories, but if you want to get real fast, what Tony Robbins says, 1 in 100 people have actively thought about committing suicide in the last month. 1 in 1,000 people are suicidal today that you're in a crowd with. And so that's why when Tony Robbins is in a crowd of 10, 15,000 people, he knows that there are at least 10 to 15 people that are thinking about killing themselves in that day, which is why he is so active to go out there into the crowd and to find those individuals that are hurting the most so that he can grab them and help them. It's just pure numbers. It's just a reality. It's this world is becoming, it's pulling. We're getting separated a little bit. That's why we all love network marketing so much, is the community. We can talk about amazing products. We can talk about incredible corporate structure. We can talk about all these things all we want. But at the end of the day, it's the community. It's the fact that we all get to come together for a greater good when the rest of the world is coming together for not the greater good. Like I said on calls earlier, we have to be the good fighting against the evil. Otherwise, the evil is going to win. And so this practice, this is all about, because whether or not, while we're not talking about business at all in these calls, this is very business mindset, because this is becoming a person of value in your network. Your network is really starting to go, oh, they take a deep breath. There's a lot of people in your network that, whether or not you want to admit it, are afraid to answer your phone call. Some of the closest people to you, because they just know that eventually they're going to have to say, no, I'm okay right now, or no, I don't need any samples, or, you know, I still have the ones you sent me, or no, I haven't watched the opportunity video yet, or, you know, there's some people. So again, to call them with no intention of talking about, I don't want to talk about any of that. It's all good. I want to talk about you. I want to talk about you. Makes everyone feel better. And so that is the goal. That is the goal, is over this next week. Still do your business building activities. You're still building new connections. You're still networking. You are still pushing like crazy. We're getting 1,000 people on this Thursday call. What I said on as we were closing out the month, it is my philosophy that you need to you use the replay for the Thursday Zoom until you are within 72 hours of the next opportunity Zoom. At that point, you start pushing to the next live opportunity. So we are in that 72-hour window. Come Thursday, once we blow this out and you have a new person that you meet on Friday, you're showing them the recording. You're showing them the recording on Saturday. You're showing them the recording on Sunday. Come Monday, you're saying, look, I've got a recording, but, you know, come Thursday, we're doing another one of these and it's going to be blown out. Like waiting room, you know, standing room only, the room's going to be maxed out again. And so I really want you to focus your energies on packing this call up. How many of you in the comments had a new person that you were able to bring on, or as a new person on your team from Thursday last week? Kelly says, me. That's awesome. Congratulations. Ricky's got some. I know that for sure. Melissa's got some in there on here. That's amazing. Congratulations. Welcome to the family. The Dillmans had 9 new people. Just know, you crazy Dillmans, I've got your phone number and I'm going to be calling you here soon. I've just had a crazy day nonstop, but holy buckets, 9 people. I can't even believe it. I have one who's very interested. She's fighting. I can't see the full comment there, but all I'm seeing is a bunch of new blood. And what I know is, how hard would it have been for all these, Melissa, I'm one of the 9. Welcome to the family. So excited you're here. For all those new people, all of you that are on here right now that are new, how hard would it be to get all of your people and say, okay, let's go watch a recording when you were a part of something live and special on Thursday? How much more exciting is it going to be to say, hey, this week, we've got another one. The energy was insane last Thursday, but this week they're making it even better. There's going to be more people on. We've got new testimonials, new fire, new energy, new excitement. You got to be there. So the goal really is for each and every one of you to be able to deliver and bring this Thursday opportunity Zoom every week for the foreseeable future, so that you and your new team members can continually build. And Brian, I think that, you know, we've been talking about this. I know that you're here and maybe you could hop off mute for just a second. You know, I mean, you said it great on, I think it was the field advisory board call earlier today. We were talking about just what the sheer numbers, what can happen. But when you start to see some of these crazy numbers, 700 plus people getting on a Zoom, in your past history, I mean, what are some of the things that you've seen as far as this leading into that pre-momentum?
Well, first of all, I'd like to congratulate everyone that's on this Zoom, because I know all of you were a part of what took place Thursday night. So again, I want to congratulate each and every one of you for inviting and sharing the amazing opportunity that we have here with the Happy Co. And you know, it was so exciting, Taylor, as just following up with all the leaders. around the United States and hearing their excitement, because I've had the opportunity to be with the company and catch that wave of momentum. And I wasn't anything special. I was just in the right place at the right time, working consistently in my business, and my income was growing 5 to 10,000 a month for over 18 months. And I saw, people that were making $100 a month, making over 10,000 a month within 12 to 18 months. And it's based on the energy that everyone bought. And it's so special. You don't want to let it go. You want to continue to build, because what's going to start happening is, you've heard the Dillmans partnered with 9 people. I know many of you have gotten 1 brand partner. I know many of you have gotten 2. Some of you have gotten 3. They joined because of your energy and the energy of almost 700 people on that Zoom. So I just encourage everyone, because I see what's happening, to don't let this slip. If you can muster up the consistency for the next 60 to 90 days, because that's all it takes. I mean, Taylor, that's all it takes to actually turn your life around in this industry. If you can work consistently for 90 days, because unfortunately, what a lot of people do, it's called filling the pipeline, right, Taylor?
Mm-hmm.
That's what the Dillmans have done. For the last, they didn't bring in 9 people just from just this month. That's been 90 days of consistently connecting and having those conversations and connecting with people and developing relationships. And they're capitalizing on it now. And next month, I would expect them to partner with another 5 to 10 people, because their pipeline is filled.
Well, that's what we talk about a lot. Let me say this. What if let me put this in your head for a second. Every single person on this call, let me put this in your head for a second. Because I'm kind of getting a little, look, success loves speed, and I love that. But for everyone that feels as though they are if you don't put this in the comments, because I'm not asking to call you out or anything like that, but if you feel for whatever reason that you're a failure here at the Happy Co because you have not reached whatever rank yet in this company, you haven't gotten to where you thought you should be yet, you look at others and you're this, that, and the other, I want to put this in your head, because this is what we used to always talk about back in the day when we were building. What if it took 10 years? What if it took 10 years of consistent effort, month in and month out, for 10 years? And at the end of that 10 years, you had, like Ricky talks about the bamboo tree analogy, in that 10th year, you went from diamond to triple crown. Would it be worth it? And then you were there for the rest of your life, but you had to sit and stay consistent when it wasn't easy, when people grew around you, when people came into the company and grew faster than you, when people came and said, you know what, you're still at that rank, you're still there, you're still doing that silly, stupid coffee thing, you're still doing that dumb thing. When are you going to give that up? You're wasting all your money. You're just doing that. You know you could be doing this. You know that over here they're paying these bonuses. You know that over here the grass is greener. What I want to tell you is for those that are willing to stay consistent, for those that, like my father would say, are willing to be the rock in the river, unmovable, unshakable. This is the vehicle that gets you where you want to go. The biggest problem right now that's holding you back is you. That's it. Some people I've talked to recently have said, we've got some problems here at the Happy Co. We've got some issues. I said, we better. A company that doesn't have any problems is a company that's dead. I forever want to have problems. The one thing I don't want are the same problems. You'll never hear me say, I want to be in a problem-free space. Sorry, problems are where the magic happens. Problems are where the genius is created. Problems are where the millionaires pop out. Had to go on a little tangent there. Ryan, thank you for your input. I appreciate you. Ricky, thank you so much for what you said. I appreciate you. Ladies and gentlemen, that's about all that I got for this evening. I want you to know how much I appreciate each and every one of you taking some time out of your Tuesday night. We have got a busy rest of this week. We've got some big things coming. Big things coming. And so we talked about them on the Field Advisory Board call today. Be prepared for some awesome and exciting announcements to come this week, so that we can together run into February in a full-out sprint. It is time. The month is upon us. It is February 1st. I'm just excited. And I see from the chat, so are you. This makes me so happy. I love, my comments are a little bit delayed. So it's like, does anyone else? It's like, they all come through. But yeah, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go get some rest and getting a little steam in so I can breathe before I go to bed. But blessings to each and every one of you. Look forward to seeing you soon. We will be on the Wednesday call tomorrow night, and we'll keep rocking and rolling from there. Bye for now.